popcorn kernel never popped. The saddest 4-word sentence in the English language. What name was coined for a popcorn kernel that doesn't pop?
Like the one that's left in the bag after.
Yeah, just like a kernel that doesn't pop.
Oh, that's a...
I still eat those.
What?
Yeah,
What?
This is why you have so many
Yeah.
root
Distended.
canals.
They're going to be all. You're not supposed to.
you're
Why?
breaking
There's so
teeth.
much other one. You can.
Because they got butter and salt on them.
Wait,
Of
do you
course I'm gonna-
swallow them?
Yeah.
What if you get too hot and they all expand in your tummy?
Never thought of it.
I got a side tangent about my dad.
Oh,
Please.
here we go.
So-
roll the theme tune.
Roll the theme. It's story time about my dad. My dad bought a bunch of freeze-dried meatballs, and he thought, I'm just gonna eat a bunch of these before I go give a speech to like a bunch of people. And he had a car picking him up, and he was like, man, I'm thirsty after eating this entire package of freeze-dried
How many are we
compressed
talking
meatballs.
here?
I think like 12.
What?
Yeah. But apparently when you cook them, so basically what happens is he gets in the car and there's water, and he drinks a bunch of water and just feels real sick and tells the car he has to pull over and starts vomiting violently. And then he calls me shortly afterwards. He's like, oh man, buddy, I just got so sick. I ate a bunch of these freeze-dried meatballs and I started drinking water. And I'm like, Dad, do you realize you've just rehydrated all of the meatballs? And you basically just expanded all of them in your stomach, like one of those novelty
The
t-shirts.
dinosaur,
Or the dinosaurs and the pills.
Yeah.
And I was like, your stomach can't handle that. And he was like, oh man, it was horrible. And I was like, well, what were you thinking? Anyway, what brought me out? We were talking about freeze-dried something or other.
The popcorn kernel.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about. The idea of you
Expanding.
drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what if you have some hot tea and they all expand in your tummy?
Well,
Be a lot
I would like to
It's gonna be a long
try.
episode.
I'd try it.
Well, but the problem is a popped kernel is now less dangerous than I'd be more concerned with the kernel itself, or whatever the term is that we're trying to guess.
But you get like
Because-
50 of those in his tummy jingling around and they all pop.
It's going to absorb all the water, and because as soon as you put popcorn in your mouth, it's just like meh, withers away. So I
Becomes
think
weak.
he'd be fine. The meatballs is a different scenario.
That is a horrifying scenario.
Yeah.
Popcorn is the styrofoam of food. Would we agree?
I would agree.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or pirate's booty, whatever that is, where it's like the pure popcorn foam, but without any of the kernel elements.
Here's a question.
Mm.
Who figured out popcorn?
It's probably an accident.
Probably if
Like
would
most
it
things.
have fallen on fire, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure someone was just like, we got this
We-
corn, we got a cookie.
The time is such. Every piece of food that we eat in modern day, someone had to be like, it's
Yeah.
either this or I starve. Let's give it a shot.
Who figured out freeze-dried meatballs?
My dad, he sorted out how not to eat those. Someone probably just had a bunch of old corn and they were like, you think this corn's still good? Like, what if I heat it up? And I was like, what's happening?
Or there was a fire in the barn,
that
and
is
then they were
more
like,
violent.
oh no, and it,
Yeah.
I think
I like mine better. It's
I think
nicer.
your dad needs to email
Be studied.
the company, the freeze-dried meatball company,
Yeah.
and like ask them to put a disclaimer on the bag of like,
Do not eat raw. And then I think
do not
freeze
consume
dried.
all and then drink.
Wait, so they were cooked?
I don't
and
know
then-
how he ingested them.
I just don't I've never seen a freeze-dried meatball.
Listen, my dad has done every keto Atkins diet you can possibly think of, and I'm sure it was in a bag in that available like ecosystem where he's like, well, they got freeze-dried meatball. Let me try one of those. And that was how that hat came to be. I don't know why you would get a
what
freeze-dried
do you get
meatball.
for camping or stuff like that?
Sure.
But they can easily be rehydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your stomach.
When
And you're-
Google auto completed it as freeze-dried meatballs for dogs.
Yeah. Do not swallow whole and then ingest an entire liter of smart water. You will get very sick.
So are you supposed to rehydrate them before you eat them?
I'm assuming however you cook them must rehydrate them. I didn't look deeper into it. I just got the call afterwards. This is just what hey dad, you okay? I just ate a bunch of freeze-dried meatballs and I'm throwing up on the side of the road on my Route 78. I'm throwing up my guts. Oh, I feel terrible. So that's my life.
Wow. Okay. Well, if the colonel is the initial form, I'd say, what's the rank below colonel in the military? Sergeant?
Yeah, they're little sergeants. I got a bag full of sergeants in
Yeah,
here.
they're sergeants because they're just as a rank. They get demoted.
But they're all fallen. They're all fallen soldiers.
Yeah, fallen soldiers.
You salute them when you throw them out
They didn't make
or
it.
into Zach's
Or
gullet.
then some would argue that they may not have fulfilled their potential, but they still survived.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that. That's
That feels
cute.
like a
Veterans.
wartime thing. If you made a bowl of popcorn and there were unpopped ones, when everyone would finish with their popcorn, you would throw the kernels back in and you would see if you get the
probably.
I've tried.
Oh, you try again.
Doesn't always work. Sometimes it just burns. I'm going to call them veterans. Or would that be right? They've lived through the war and now they're retired.
They've seen it. They've seen it. Yeah.
They live peacefully. Are you still Googling freeze-dried meatballs?
Yeah.
That was exactly what was on there.
I've got 6 bags in my cart and I'm checking out right now.
Were any of our answers
You
correct?
just call them corn?
Yeah, I
back
guess
to
it's
corn
just
again.
corn.
You have a nickname, and I don't think you've hit it.
Mm.
To give you a clue, this is also the name of a card game.
Oh, pinocchles. Little pinocchles.
A card game.
Uno's.
Yeah, Uno is what I was thinking, but I mean, how many card games are there?
There's a billion.
Canastas.
They're called old maids.
Oh,
Never
'cause
popped.
they got
It-
left behind.
Which also
Never
sounds
popped.
really gross.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like, could it mean?
That's
Is
exactly
that
what it means.
Yeah.
No, I think it means because it's like spinsters.
I don't know.
The perception that.
But is
they-
it to do with the virginity?
Now,
thing?
anytime I have
No.
kernels of corn left
First
behind,
of
I'm like, look at
all-
these old maids.
First of all, old maids still get it. They just never got married or had kids. They still fucking bang.
Why do you have to say
How
it
do
so
you
like
know?
that? How do you know?
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to perpetuate the myth that just because a woman is single, unmarried, and
I mean, you could have said make love.
You could have said the
no, that's
beautiful
not
way.
what she does though.
You could have said, you couldn't have said had maritals because they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Hmm.
It's raw.
There was a
It's filthy and raw.
Raw.
You can tell by the way she's sewing or whatever she does hers and all the
Wait,
cards.
you said I don't want to perpetuate the myth, and then you're like,
making
she's
quilts.
sewing.
She's sewing old
No,
bonnets.
that's what she does in all the almost every single iteration of that game I've ever seen. She's always knitting or something.
Never
on the-
played Old Maid. I didn't know there was. You have to buy special cards for that game. Can't just
Yeah.
play it with poker.
It's cards. It's cards that have old mates on.
But I thought
them.
you could just play it with a regular deck of cards.
I guess you
not.
could just randomly assign a specific card to be an old maid,
Seems
but
like a lot of
generally you
effort.
have a deck of cards, right? And then you're just trying not
I
to end
don't
up with the
know,
old maid.
James. We've
Yeah.
never played this game.
Yeah, I know because we're not 80 years old, but
I
still.
played it, and I think you can just use the Queen of Spades or something.
Which is that the only Old Maid?
Doesn't make sense. She's a queen. She's banging.
Yeah.
We don't care how hot you think the playing cards are.
Yeah.
Who's the hottest playing card?
I
Jack.
just said we don't care that you
the
asked.
Jack is?
I think the Jack
Yeah,
is.
Jack. It's definitely Jack.
for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm,
Because sometimes the jacks have these little mustaches too.
Yeah.
which
they're sexy.
Jack? Which suit?
Well, Jack of Hearts, obviously.
Mm,
Well, maybe
no,
Jack
I
of
like-
Diamonds.
I like Jack of Spades.
Me like Jack of
He's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, Jack though. Final
Okay.
answer. So old maids.
What's a Jack? We know a king and a queen. We even know a joker.
Yeah.
What's a Jack in
yeah,
the
what's
royal
a
court?
jack? What
a
is
jack?
a jack?
I always
No.
thought he was like the equivalent of a prince.
I kind of always thought of him as like a little duke. He's got his own little thing going on.
That's why I'm asking. What's a Jack?
We'll never know. Tune in next week to find out.
I know we've been on this question a long time,
Too long.
but now I really want to know what a jack is.
So
What's
it's
the
I've
it's
heard
a
of the
male
name.
courtier, soldier, or hero.
Oh,
Okay, so it's
sexy
like more
hero.
like a knight
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
They
Okay.
should just make it a night card. That's way cooler.
Well,
Jack.
too bad. It's a Jack.
All right, Elyse, what else? What delicious questions do you have for us next?